Alrighty! This is Aussie Gamer 17 and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Achievement College. Today we are playing Livelock and this is an overview video of the achievements in Livelock and how we're going to go about getting as much gamer score as we can. Livelock is going to be a fairly easy completion, with that taking, I'd say, well under 20 hours, possibly closer to 10 or under 15. Difficulty does affect achievements, I need to let you know, but the achievements do stack. So we're going to play the first playthrough on hard difficulty, and that is actually not as daunting as it might sound. There's actually no penalty for dying, you just respawn pretty much wherever you want. You do choose your respawn location within a vicinity of your death, and all the enemies still have the same depleted health that they did when you died. So like I said, there's literally no penalty for dying. And before continuing, I do want to, in the interest of full disclosure, I want to mention that I only have the single player achievements for this game. I'm missing 4 co-op achievements for a total of 40 gamer score, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a bit about my method for going about getting this completion as quickly and easily as you can. That's going to start with step 1. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to do our first playthrough on the hard difficulty. And for this playthrough, I'm going to recommend using either Hex or Vanguard, and myself, I used Hex to complete my first playthrough. And during this first step, we're going to focus on picking up all of the audio logs. There's going to be 16 story-based audio logs and 6 character-specific chassis audio logs for each character. So the 16 story audio logs we just pick up once with one character and never have to see them again. The 6 chassis audio logs you have to pick up with each of the 3 playable characters. So that will mean a total of 18. But the 6 individual chassis audio logs are in the exact same locations for each of the 3 characters. And of course, I have a complete video guide of all the collectibles, all of the audio logs. I'm going to put the link in the description below. It's part of my Achievement College series, and you can follow along as you play through your first playthrough of the game, and it'll make it a lot easier to make sure you don't miss any audio logs. So now, by the end of our first playthrough, we should have all the audio logs, at least for one character. And you should also, for your chosen character, should also be at level 30. If not, you'll be very, very close. I happen to be just at level 30. I made it to level 30 at the end of the final mission. If you're not at level 30 yet, though, just replay that final mission as many times as needed. Should only be a couple times at the most, but that's a good way to pick up some extra XP points, or the points that you need in this game to level up. Once you do have your first character at level 30, it's time to move on to step 2. Now step 2 is going to have 2 parts for each of the remaining 2 characters. First, you want to play through each of the 6 levels containing the 6 chassis audio logs. Once again, see my audio log video collectible guide in the description below. We'll put the link there once again. And the second thing you need to do is get both of your characters, or both of those extra 2 characters, to level 30. To do this, you can do one of 2 things. You can play through the campaign. It's a fairly quick, easy campaign. Again, I recommend playing on hard because you will get to level 30 faster. Or the other option would be to replay the final mission as many times as you need to reach level 30. And again, I'd put that on hard because you will level up faster. And that's the way that I believe is a bit quicker. You might find it a little bit more boring, but it definitely gets you both of your characters to level 30 a little bit quicker. Okay, and by now you will have quite a few of the achievements, but I'm going to have a little bit of a chat about some of the achievements that you may have left over, and explain exactly what we need to do to make sure we grab those. The first of those being fully kitted. and that is to have a helmet, cape and alloy all equipped at the same time. And there's another 3 separate smaller achievements that you get for this as well, for having each of those individually equipped for the first time. During your first playthrough, as you're defeating enemies, they will drop cosmetic items known as helmets, capes and alloys. You will definitely have one of each probably before you finish Act 1 of the main story, but definitely have all of them by the end of your first playthrough. And all you have to do is you go into the lobby area where you change the loadout of your character, and across the bottom of the character there you will see where it says firmware. Where it says firmware, you can go and change the equipped options of your helmet, cape and alloy, and all you need to do is choose one of each and the achievements will all pop. The next achievement that you may not have had pop naturally for you is T100 for having a 100 destruction streak. There's also a few other achievements linked to this one for getting smaller amounts of those streaks. I think there's a 5, a 20, something like that. But in order to get to this one, this T100, I've provided a full video walkthrough. I'll put the link in the description below, so make sure you check out that video for a very easy method for obtaining this achievement. The next achievements we're going to talk about are the 3 achievements that you can obtain for surviving 15 minutes in the Survival OP mission. Again, check the link below. I will put the video in the description below, and I've done a full video guide for these 3 achievements. They are called Unbreakable for 10 gamer score, Indestructible for 25 gamer score, and Transcendent is the achievement for lasting the 15 minutes for 50 gamer score. So check out that video below. Alright, now if you're anything like me, you'll be up to this part of the walkthrough or of these guides with one final achievement still giving you a bit of trouble. And that is the Lulzsec, or however you pronounce that, Lulzsec achievement, and that is for decrypting all master data cards, or master data cards, however you pronounce that in your area. Now this achievement, or the master data cards, are for killing a certain number of each enemy. So you get a data card for killing the first time you kill or destroy each type of enemy, and then you get a master data card for destroying a certain number of each enemy. Those numbers are different for each enemy and depends on what the enemies are, but you can track that in the main menu under the database menu option. And when you go to that screen, it will tell you which enemies you still need to finish off and which ones you need to find. But one thing it doesn't tell you is where you can find those enemies, or where you killed the first one of those enemies. I'm going to put it up on the screen if I haven't already, a list of the enemies that I had trouble with, or that are a little bit more rarer and that you're not going to kill the desired amount in just the normal playthrough of the game. I'll just quickly mention that we've got the Alloy Spider. I didn't realise that they were even an enemy because they can't actually attack you, but they are in Act 1, Mission 1. We've then got the Protected. I found a good spot for them in Act 1, Mission 10. Another one I had to go back and make sure I found was the Spider Host, and you can find those in Act 2, Mission 1. Then we have the Wasp. 2 places I'd like to mention for those are Act 2 Mission 1 and Act 2 Mission 3. Now this next one is very important. The enemy type called Ivan. He's only in one place, and that is at the very end of Act 3 Mission 1. And there's only 3 or 4 of them per playthrough of that mission. So you're going to have to replay that mission at least, 4 or 5 times in addition to the playthroughs you may already have. So you'll find 3 or 4 of them at the end of Act 3 Mission 1. So just replay that until you've got the 25 kills there. Now the next one is Siege Breaker. He is going to be found in Act 2 Mission 6. Then we move on to Gaster. Now there's heaps of them in a room to the left of that second locked door, where we found a audio log in my audio log guide, if you've checked that out, and that is in Act 2 Mission 3. And the last one I want to mention is the enemy type Forsaken, and they can be found in Act 1 Mission 3. So good luck with that one. Now finally, the only achievements that I have left, as I mentioned earlier, are the co-op achievements. There are 4 of those for a total of 40 gamer score. Now I'm gonna leave those for now. What I'd like you guys to do is post a comment below, include your Xbox gamer tag, and what we'll try and do is see if we can get a few of the crew together to help each other out, partner up in co-op, and get those 4 co-op achievements. And if this goes well, I'll try and join up with a few of you and get those achievements along with you. So I'm really looking forward to that, so make sure you post a comment below. And that pretty much wraps up this achievement overview. Should be a very easy 1000 gamer score, minus maybe those co-op achievements if you're having trouble finding someone for that, but hopefully we can all help each other out. And do you hear that? That's the bell. Class dismissed. That's another edition of Achievement College. Make sure you check out the videos in the description, the links in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it helps you get that gamer score. If it does, please remember to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Plenty more Achievement College to come. And until then, I will catch you all next time.